If there's one thing that Korean film does well, it's creating zombies. From the Netflix original series Kingdom to Train to Busan, Rampant, to now this, although not all of these productions may have been great, they all had great zombies. Another thing to note is that the zombies in all of these movies had different traits. Some were sensitive to light, while others were more responsive to smell, but we'll get into the details of the differences later. For now, let's get a grasp of the general idea behind The Odd Family Zombie on Sale. Directed by Lee Min-jae, The Odd Family Zombie on Sale definitely was an odd and bizarre zombie film unseen in not only Korean cinema but Hollywood as well. It was a zombie comedy, or zomedy as we labeled it in the EonTalk Telegram group, and was Lee's directorial debut. Though not mind-blowing, it was a decent start to his directing career. The movie was actually released last year in 2019 and features a lineup of Jae-Young, Nam-Gil, In-Hwan, Soo-Kyung, Jung, and In-Hwan. Now, looking at solely the cast members, the film doesn't seem to have amazing actors. However, I didn't have much to complain about the acting performances itself. All of the cast were decent, and though not phenomenal, gave pretty good performances. I had the awesome opportunity to attend a pre-screening / cast interview of the film when it was initially released, and what really surprised me was how different the actors' personalities were from on-screen and in real life. The movie begins like how you would expect a zombie film to begin, thrilling and suspenseful. However, within the first 5 minutes, the tone of the film totally changes to 180 degrees and shifts into a very comedic and light mood. Once upon a time, there lived an odd family out in a countryside town. This village was isolated from other parts of the country, and a car was most definitely needed to travel to another city. In this peaceful, calm town, a zombie suddenly appeared. Mandok, the head of the household, came across the zombie and took him into his family. This zombie was unlike any other. It had a handsome appearance, understood human behavior, and could empathize with people. Mandok's family decided to name him Jongbi, and they took care of him as a pet. Later, they found out that once you are bit by Jongbi, you become healthy and immortal. They decide to turn this into a business opportunity and put the zombie on sale. Getting right into the movie review, let's first take a look at the good parts about the movie. One positive element of The Odd Family Zombie on Sale was that it was unlike any other zombie films I've seen. There was very limited gore, hardly any jump scares, and very little violence. I'm assuming it was going for a movie that more younger audiences could enjoy, as the film was rated 12 and over. Yes, the fact that it didn't have much gore, violence, and suspense as a zombie movie may come off as a negative, but it was unique nonetheless, and I must give it some level of recognition for trying something new. Another different / humorous element of the zombie in The Odd Family Zombie on Sale that's worth pointing out is that it was actually chased by the humans for a good amount of time, instead of the other way around where the zombies chase the humans in other films. The people actually wanted to be bit. Also, it had some other traits that made it different from conventional zombie movies. The zombies were more sensitive to smell than sight. They were not affected by the sun or daylight. They were fairly weak in attacking, and they didn't necessarily turn immediately after the bite. Moreover, the acting was pretty good for the most part. I didn't really have any expectations for the actors of this movie and hadn't seen a lot of the cast members before either. However, despite the in-movie characters having very hard countryside accents and dialects, the cast members were able to execute it very well in a natural manner. Furthermore, the acting of the cast members is what made the funny scenes funny. Now moving along to the bad parts about the movie, one huge flaw of The Odd Family Zombie on Sale was that it had no real story. It just felt like an event after another event and so on and so forth, like a skit following another skit, just with an overarching theme of zombies. In addition, as mentioned before, the movie had zero suspense and thrill, minus the first few minutes. It was a full-out comedy. And I don't know about you, but I go into zombie films expecting at least some level of suspense. Take for example Zombieland. Although it was a comedy, it still had elements of thrill and scare. I appreciate that they tried something new with this type of zombie, but I was a bit disappointed that it took out all of the suspense. The movie ended on a funny note, and although I admit that it was humorous, it wasn't really satisfying. It felt as if they just merely tried to fill up the major plot hole the movie had, which I won't mention due to spoilers, with any solution they could think of, and didn't really think through the narrative. It was as if they just went with the flow until it was time to wrap up the movie. I initially compared this movie to the Hollywood film Zombieland when I saw the trailer, and although it had the mutual factor that it was a comedic zombie film, it was very different in almost every other aspect. Also, it created a new concept of zombie movies that's unseen in other Korean and Hollywood films. However, in the end, I think The Odd Family Zombie on Sale would be good for a Netflix watch, but it's not worth going to the theaters for. I would give The Odd Family Zombie on Sale a ticket price value of $7. Thank you to everyone that watched till the end. Be sure to give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the channel if you want more content, and I'll see you guys in the next one.